Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know I took a week off. It's actually finals week coming up, so that's why I don't look too put together right now. I'm doing this in between a bunch of studying and other things. But I did want to take a second to reflect on how I got here. When applying to Notre Dame, you have to do your common application plus 2 prompts that you can pick from a list that they provide, but the one that everyone has to do is the Why Notre Dame essay. This is a very common question for lots of different universities. They'll ask you, why do you want to go? What are the things that entice you to our campus? What makes you think that you're the right fit? And it's very important to get this essay down. Since everyone's asked the same question, they get a lot of the same answers. Today, I will be reading and reacting to my Why Notre Dame essay and also giving a couple tips and tricks for when you write your own. So if you want to see that, stick around. Of course, the prompt and the wording can change. So I'm going to read you the prompt that I was given for fall of 2020. What excites you about the University of Notre Dame that makes it stand out from other institutions? This was, like I said, a required essay, and they asked for 150 to 200 words. That's not a lot of writing, so it's really important to make every single word meaningful. You want it to be concise, get to the point, eloquently written at the same time. Here is what I put. When I visited campus, chills of excitement and fulfillment washed over me, like I had arrived home after a long journey. I was relieved to learn that Notre Dame does not require freshmen to declare a major, as I am not ready to make this decision yet. What I do know is that I love to travel, especially internationally, and expect to study abroad while in college to build on a foreign exchange experience in China and a service trip to Costa Rica. These experiences, combined with continued studies in Spanish, will launch my career into something with a bilingual flavor. Because I avoid cliques and partying, I prefer a campus without the distraction of Greek life. Instead, I am confident that I will find a community in the residence halls, through the competitive hall and intramural sports, and while attending Mass on campus. Catch me at the pancake Mass. But most importantly, as a dedicated Catholic, I find joy in serving God through others. I cannot think of a better place to continue that mission than Notre Dame, where I will be surrounded by students who model Christ in their everyday lives. That came to a total of 189 words. So let's analyze it a little bit. Reading this a year later, I'm actually really happy with it. Use things about you and connect them to the fundamental things about the university. This will give the illusion that you belong at the university and that you are already part of the student body. I was educated about life on campus. About 3/4 of students at Notre Dame study abroad, and the fact that I have already studied abroad, so I fit into the mold of a Notre Dame student. The tip is to not tell the university things they already know. I wanted to go to a university without sororities and fraternities. That was just a personal preference of mine. So instead of just saying, I want to go to Notre Dame because you don't have Greek life, I explain why that is important to me as a person, because then when the university reads this, the admission team reads this, they're not like, oh yeah, I already know we have Greek life. Like, this looks like you just did a research paragraph about the institution. They're saying, no, I'm finding out something about you. I'm learning about you, and I'm learning why this university is an important place for you to be as you're developing into a person and moving on to the next chapter of your life. It's really important to make those connections. My next tip is to be yourself. I did this in my essay when talking about being a Catholic on campus. I brought in the parentheticals that said, catch me at pancake Mass. That was really important because I knew life on campus. I knew that there were masses throughout the week with different incentives to go, and that I wanted to be a part of campus life that maybe you wouldn't read on the website. And I just got that insight by doing a tour. Also, by saying catch me at the pancake Mass, I'm including some humor. It makes it more personal and not just, again, like that research essay or something that's almost too formal. It adds some more personal style, some humor, some relatability, because you're not meeting the people who are reading it. Like, they're trying to learn who you are through words. And if you don't convey what you're thinking and convey how you're saying it in your head, it can come out wrong on paper. In my last sentence, I complimented the university. I said I cannot think of a better place to continue that mission than Notre Dame, where I will be surrounded by students who model Christ in their everyday lives. That shows my own personal values, how they align with the universities, and I compliment the university on the students that they allow on campus. I think that worked perfectly. The last tip I have for you guys when writing essays is to take risks. You want to stand out, especially if you're applying to a highly ranked school. They probably hear the same things on the applications over and over again. Oh, you were in student government. Oh, you played a sport. Oh, you volunteered. What makes you you? What makes you special and somebody that we would want to have? I don't work for admissions, but I feel like that's something to really keep in mind, especially this year. Yes, we're in a global pandemic. Yes, it's affecting everyone in tremendous ways, but probably that's not the topic to use for your college applications because it doesn't make you unique. And I know that might be something that you don't want to hear. That's just my personal opinion. Definitely, if you think that that's the essay you should be writing, I'm not going to stop you. Think about the admissions team when they're reading the essays. They read tens of thousands of applications. Why are you special? Everyone else has a good GPA. Everyone else has a good SAT score. The essays is your place to shine, to show your personality, and to show what makes you different. My common application, maybe we can go through that another time. My common application was about Snapchat. Okay? Like, that's not anything crazy, but what it is it's something different. And the way that I wrote it is I made it personal, I made it meaningful, and I gave it a reason to be on paper. One other thing that I want to say is if you are writing these essays and you can't think of anything to say, especially for the Why Notre Dame essay, you're sitting there and you're like, why do I want to go? Maybe you shouldn't go. I noticed that when I applied to Cornell, I really had a hard time saying why I wanted to go. To be completely honest, I could not think of a reason why that is where I needed to be with my life. I was applying to it because it was a good school and a family school. So sit down and think about those things. I'm not saying if you have writer's block. I'm not saying if you're not in the mood to write or come up with eloquently worded sentences at a time. I'm saying if you genuinely cannot think of concrete reasons why you belong at a certain institution, maybe that isn't the institution for you. Hi, I'm editing this video. I'm actually going to cut it short here, even though I did a whole section about my letter of desired / letter of continued interest when I was waitlisted. So if you want to see a video on that, just leave a comment. But for right now, I'm just going to keep it to my Why Notre Dame essay. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And I don't know what kind of content I'm going to be uploading over winter break. It is 10 weeks long this year, so it's kind of a long time not to upload. Let me know if you have any ideas. Otherwise, turn on the notification bell by the subscribe button so you don't miss any of them and you can kind of pick what you want to watch. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions with like college applications, you can DM me on Instagram or comment. I'll probably get a notification even if it's years from now and I'll come back and talk to you. So don't be scared to do that. And yes! Thank you. Good luck in all of your future endeavors, especially if you're applying to college right now.